in this part, I'm talking about the valuation of notes receivable. So for the notes receivables, it is different from accounts receivable because it is supported by a formal promissory note. Because note receivable usually take a longer time to be received, so we should account for the time value of money. For the interest bearing, which has a state rate, please refer to the bond valuation we talked about in the chapter 6. It's quite similar. Okay, in this part I only focus on the zero interest bearing note. Zero interest note means there's no interest payment before the note is due, and only principal is due by the end. Because there's no interest payments, the only cash flow to be discounted is the single sum, the principal. So you may think, if the lender does not receive interest, does the lender lose money? No, actually, because of the zero interest, the discount on this single sum cash flow is a deep discount. Because it is single sum, right? And the note is, there's no coupon rate, or coupon rate is 0. Discount rate is 9%. It is compound annually, 3 years. So N is 3, right? I is 9% for the discount rate. The future value is 10,000. So now we calculate present value. 9%, 3. So this is a present value factor. We multiply the future value, so that's the value of the notes. So this will be recorded in the book as notes receivable. So for the lender, they will debit notes receivable 7,721.8, and also it only lend cash $7,721.80. See, the difference is about $2,280. Okay, so that's actually the amount of interest the lender is going to earn in the next 3 years. So the discount is actually very deep. And in this table, it shows the schedule, how the lender recognizes its interest revenue each year, even there's no receive cash. I just use first year as an example. It's going to debit discount on the note receivable and the credit interest revenue. So all these will be amortized and will add up to the carrying amount of note. By the end of year 3, the lender is going to receive $10,000 from its customer or the borrower, and also recognize interest in the 3 years. See, although the lender only received $10,000 by the end of the 3rd year, but it recognized interest revenue during the 3 years. Why? Because you lend out money for 3 years. Each year you should recognize revenue even you receive nothing. Okay, so this is actually a typical example of accrual accounting. Okay, accrual accounting focuses on the activities, not the cash flow. This is cash flow, only cash flow. So that's the first journal entry when the note is issued. Debit notes receivable, credit cash, and this is control account of note receivable, So you can also just debit, the number I wrote in the prior slide. Same. Okay, so the same. Yeah, so the net note receivable is actually 7,721.80. Okay, if we do not show the discount on notes receivables. So later on each year, debit, discount, and credit revenue. Do the same thing for the next 3 years.